Okay, y'all, I thought this video was going to be about one thing, but we're going to try to squeeze 3 things in here in these next 10 minutes. We'll see how I do, because y'all know how I do. So let's go ahead and start with number one. For the last day or so, there was a part of my video from my live that I was trying to upload, and I had been struggling with uploading it for like hours. And so I thought maybe it's because my phone's full or something. And so I deleted the app and re-uploaded the app. And wouldn't you know it, I was like, this app looks funny yet familiar. And so last night when I was on Shorts, I was like, did Google get it? But no, y'all, because as I open this app yet again to do this video, I noticed this. Y'all, this looks like IG. This looks exactly like IG. Now, mind you, I haven't had IG since January, since before the whole kiss bend thing in January. This looks exactly like IG. So I think we can guess who bought it. Oh my God. Could it possibly be Zuckerberg? Really? Oh. Because I don't know if you were paying attention, but even though I don't have it, I saw the news that they got the repost feature, like similar to this repost feature. And so, y'all, I think it's pretty clear what happened. Where do I go? All right. So that was number one. Number two is, you know, that book thing that people were talking about, you know, the one that was September 9th, whatever. So on my other video, I actually included the screen recording somebody did before. I slowed it down. It could have been slower. Y'all, that thing makes you nauseous. It does. It just makes you so nauseous. So if you go watch it, please, please, please slow it down so you don't get any vertigo like I do. Anyway, so I went through frame by frame looking at the pages. You know, it's a really quick read. But I wanted to know what they saw, what they put in it. Because I was like, okay, maybe they're just, you know, a little on the woo side. But, you know, that didn't make that much sense, right? So I went through those pages. So first, I think this is the first thing we'll talk about, which is this thing about his condition. Whoop. His condition. Y'all, I don't do this very well. Okay, so here we go. Neck, serious, not immediately femme fatale. Let's see. They were able to control it. They were able to prevent infection. They were able to maintain his breathing. And then for several hours, things happened where he was stable, but in critical. But wait, that's not what happened. And then I thought this part was quite interesting too. This part where we talked about these public statements, right? And so we have here, Charlie is a fighter. We have here, he's getting the best medical care possible. We are so grateful for the swift response of the first responders. Skip on down where it says, former. Baby, let me put this in your face. Former. I can't even make it any bigger. Do you see what that says? Do you see what that says? Former. Dude called him, I think this was almost to verbatim, it is a patriot. We watched that line over and over again, right? In my other video. And then it says, urge supporters to keep him in their prayers. Fancy Pants, his running mate, echoed this sentiment. So, this was telling me that it was supposed to happen last year, right? That's what I gathered. I gathered that it was supposed to happen last year. Maybe instead of that second one, it was supposed to be this one in order to secure, you know, the spot for the Mandarin. Okay, and look, they became, they condemned the thing. Hold on. The conservative outlets said it was politically motivated. They emphasized his survival, praised the first responders, and focused on the dangers of being a public figure. The mainstream outlets were like supposedly doing real investigation. And look here, this guy has not yet earned the title of Veep. So this is interesting. This feels like it was supposed to take place last year, or someone wasn't supposed to get in. Anyway, so we see this. He's an ancient. And they called on unity among conservatives. They urged supporters to keep him in his thoughts and prayers, and condemned acts of violence. This person, who doesn't have a title yet, was echoing those sentiments. Y'all, we got quotes for something that hadn't happened on September 9th. Look, we got other people who either were supposed to be in on it. I'm thinking maybe, because then we have Pillow Lady, and then we have the new Gavin. And so they're supposed to be echoing sentiment of concern and condemns. Now, these two particular people, Mr. Newsom wasn't even at the top of his star like he is now. And here's what's also interesting, right? So they talked about how this is a troubling trend of politically motivated things, right? And then it also talked about the high profile incidents such as J6. And this seems like pretty neutral tone to me. That felt like that would be like journalism or some sort right there. And then it says here, watch this. Then it talks about this guy here, right? And so they talk about how his work sparks debate. They talked about how it highlighted the tangible risks that come with high profile activism. But it also, look at this middle thing. It says surviving such a thing situates him not just as a political leader, but as a symbolic figure representing resilience and the contested space of modern American political engagement. And then it says aftermath. In the aftermath, he continued to speak publicly about the importance of participation in the aftermath. And then at the top, it talks about how it underscores his enduring presence in U.S. politics and signals that his role will likely expand. So somebody had eyes on The Office, right? And he was almost at the 35 years of age, so he might have been the successor that was getting in line, correct? Okay. So then we go over this, and was there anything else in here? It says the event underscores the need for empathy. Again, it speaks on his survival. But interesting enough, this says the 10th, right? So now I'm thinking it was just published too early. Because how did you do a 9th date but wrote 10th? And the third thing, the Mandarin skips the vigil that was for CK. And you know why? If you've been paying attention to my page, you know why. They can't fake what is real time. This just underscores it for me. Instead, he's golfing in New Jersey.